Alright, so to give you an update, we are past the primer stage and we are on to the base coat. So the base coat is brown. I still got to paint the baseboard down there brown, but so the base coat is brown. We had a very high quality primer underneath, and then 2 coats of that primer, and then 1 coat of this brown base coat, because that's all we need is just 1 coat. And you can see here's our 2 coats of primer on these. I haven't started the base coat for that brown base coat except for up there. So this has that brown base coat, and you can see it all the way around. We were actually so excited to have the kitchen white. It was like, wow, it looks great. And then now it's back to the brown. And it's like, oh, damn it. So we'll get the tint that we like eventually. But so as you can see, like I was saying, the 2 coats of the quality primer, and then the brown base coat. So that is that. Once we go to put on the blue, I'll go ahead and show you the products that I use. Not that I'm like product promoting, but I'll just show you the products that I used. I'm sure anything really works, but we used high quality everything. So just wanted to give you a quick update, and in the next clip you will see the blue base coat, and I'll show you all the products that I've used, and hopefully the cabinet doors will be back on there. So the cabinet doors do not have primer on them yet, so the cabinet doors that haven't been started at all. The drawers have. So but the cabinet doors are going to be one of the last things we do. So anyway, that is where we were at, and you can see how messy the kitchen is, which is why I'm kind of focusing on cabinets and the drawers, because I can do the cabinet doors outside. We can clean up in the kitchen, and I can do the rest, everything outside, and then just bring it in and install it as I need it. So because this is driving us absolutely mad. We're OCD people, so having this amount of clutter is crazy. So anyway, that is my quick update. Let me get on back to what I was doing, and I will keep you informed. Thank you. All right, so this is where we are at now. We got everything primered. 2 coats of primer, 1 coat of the brown base coat, and then we were going to do a coat of the blue, or then you put on this weathered cracking, and you let it dry, and then you paint over it, and it gives it a weathered look, which is why we did the brown base coat. We changed our mind on that, so the brown base coat ended up not being necessary at all, because we watched some videos and I read more about it, and the weathered cracking was actually what we weren't looking for. What we were looking for was an antique glazing. So and I think I had mentioned that, but the product that we got wasn't what we wasn't what we're really thinking of doing. So the brown base coat ended up not being necessary. So anyway, so this has got, everything's got two coats of a high quality primer, then a coat of high quality base paint, which again was not necessary, and then 2 coats of our final color, which is a blue gray. The light doesn't necessarily reflect that. We have found that this fluorescent lighting up above us makes it look more lavender or lilac, but if you shut it off, you definitely get more of a blue-gray look, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I'll show you. You definitely get more of the blue-gray, which is what we're actually looking for. And that's okay that this light does it up here, because that's one of the things we're changing as well. There's another light that I want. It's actually LED. I like it much better. I like the trim on it. So that is going to be one of the upgrades that I do in this kitchen shortly. So just to show you the products that I used, this is Zinsser Bullseye 123 water-based interior and exterior primer for all surfaces. So as you can see, it says sticks to all surfaces without sanding, seals uniformly, blocks stains, dries in 1 hour, used with any top coat. If you read on the back, it even goes over gloss finish. So that's why we ended up not having to sand. And I did actually a significant amount of research, and this is sufficient. So that's why we went ahead and did that. So if you have that gloss finish and you want to cover it up, you can do this. A lot of the outdated material and older material says that you can't, but this is a newer product that they have out, and you can. And I've watched several videos on it and read about it, and it works. So I actually really like this stuff. I really like this stuff. This is the brown base paint that we got, the Olympic Assure. And it looks nice. It's more of a chocolate color, or mocha, a dark mocha. But that's the unnecessary paint we didn't need, but nevertheless, it is what we use. This Valspar Signature, get my camera to focus, high hiding paint and primer, stands up to anything. This is what we used for our paint. So I forget the name of the paint. I'll have to find that card, and I'll put that in the final video that I do, the third update, where the doors are on and we've actually antiqued. So I'll show you the antiquing glaze in that video, because that's the last step. So that is where we are at. And I think it looks great. It's definitely an improvement from that old 80s brown. It looks great. All my drawers are going to get new handles and new hinges. They'll eventually get new rails on the inside. Not right now. As you can see, this kind of, some of these drawers are kind of resistant to the sliding, while others are not. So I'll that one's fine, So it's just eventually we'll go to new railings, but those are actually quite expensive. They're about $15 a pop, and I need what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 15. Yeah, you do the math. So that's going to be something that doesn't happen necessarily anytime soon, but we want the cosmetic look, the immediate look. So we're going to do the hinges, and we're going to do the handles, because what we had is the outdated hinges that they don't hide, so they don't, you see this from the outside, which is okay. I'm not opposed against that, but it's just worn out. I could just paint this and do away with it, but I don't even necessarily like how my doors close anymore. So I'm gonna just replace them. It's gonna be the most expensive part about everything, really. I spent $60, and this was I think 20. I got 2 of them, so that's 40, and this was 30, and this was 30. So, you know, between these, I spent $100 on paint, although this wasn't necessary. So, you know, between these two things, you know, I spent $70, and that's really not too bad. So, you know, I'm about to spend $200 on hinges. So, $270 to fix my kitchen up into a little bit more nicer look. Not necessarily modern, but you know, just nicer look. You know, it still has its 80s feels and, you know, feel. And my beloved, you know, Lazy Susan, that's off track at the moment because of all the work that I've been doing, but that is how that is looking. Let me know what you guys think. This will eventually gloss over a little, and then of course we're putting that antique glaze on there, so there's going to be a glaze to it, a little reflective glare. And I'd like to see what people say. There's some touch-up painting that I need to do. You know, I got some paint, you know, in places, and I need to go with a trimmer and go underneath and kind of touch up, because, you know, I got some browning down there, and you know, just a little bit everywhere. You can see it down there a little bit, and I just need to touch up and of course clean up my floor. One thing I do recommend is that if you use a bed sheet, and this is actually the reason for all the stains on my counters and my floor, if you use a bed sheet, fold it in 4. Don't just lay it flat and try to cover as much space, because that thin sheet, that bed sheet, that thin bed sheet, it leaks paint through, and that's why I got paint spots. That is the reason why I have paint spots. So I didn't realize that that's what's causing it. I thought it was my hands or my feet, and so it ended up being everywhere before I realized it's actually the bed sheet. It's just leaking through the bed sheet. So, you know, just for those that decide to do that, I'm just going to put that out there. Save yourself a little bit of headache. And if you use a bed sheet, an old bed sheet, fold it in a 4th. You know, just really get it nice and thick. Or use a towel. I had a towel, you know, for the counters. Use a towel. It won't soak through. So I do recommend that. But anyway, let me get on with it. I have a little bit more work to do, and my 3rd video will show the doors on the cabinets. Everything will be completely done. I'll have my wall trimmed up, trimming fixed, and we'll have that antique glaze on there, and I'll get to show you the final product of all this hard work. It has been 4 days of non-stop painting. And bless my wife, she helped me out today and came in here and did the final coat all by herself. So I really needed a break from that. So I had other things, other important issues to take care of today. But so anyway, that is my update. I hope you guys like what you see. Let me know what you think. Thank you.